go. Not gonna tell me.
Later.
We got recruiting going on. I need vacation. Give Davis a lot of credit. I think they play really hard. They got some guys can make some shots. Good guard play. Great. I think they're extremely well coached. A lot of areas. This layups were ridiculous today. We got to improve on our finishing around the rim immensely. We got to do a better job as coaches with our young guys finishing around the basket. That said, also we got to do a much better job on the defensive glass. It's an area where we must improve.
LG Wilson, TV Sports. You guys had 2 great games on the road, and tonight, despite what you just said, do you still feel like your team is heading in the right direction to open up the Pac-12 conference?
Yeah, I guess I would say I don't believe in all that stuff. I believe in game to game, day to day, because I think momentum can change quickly. In this era, it's so hard to keep guys focused on just the team, whatever the team needs to do. You know, it's so heavy. So, you know, we talk a lot about if you can watch guys. I believe in what do you do when you don't have the ball? Do you play or do you watch? Obviously, Jalen Clark plays. You know, a lot of guys watch when they don't have the ball. That's a problem with the stuff you see around our country too much with our youth. One guy dribbles, not a guy's watch. So we talk a lot about that. Real teams play when they have a bunch of players that compete when they don't have the ball. So early on, that wasn't the case. Jalen woke us up. So we'll see is what I would say. You know, we'll see. I hope so. We got great guys on our team. Last week they were committed to winning. They had one goal, and that was it. You start thinking, well, we're going to win, but I need to start getting double figures. And then it gets contagious. And guys will start worrying about the wrong things. And they're in trouble.
Thank you. Coach, how unique is Jalen's instinct for defensive instinct, for his ability to just anticipate a ball? Where I mean, he made one tonight where he had eyes in the back of his head.
Well, to him, he's thinking about stealing that ball 3 seconds before he steals it. So we talk about, you got to position yourself to make plays. But again, some guys rest while he's positioning himself and setting up steals. Other guys are resting. But while he's playing, they'll be resting. I'm talking about over the next 15 years. They'll be watching him, because you got to be an unbelievable offensive player to not compete on the other end. You can't be. You think it's hard guarding Elijah Pepper? Go ahead and try to guard somebody in the NBA.
Jaime tonight started out a little slow. It seemed like he then started catching the ball down.
Then he got his 2 fouls too.
Yeah, 2 fouls. Yeah.
He started off bad. 2 turnovers, right? Jaime's strength is his weakness. He's the toughest dude, and he's like, give me the ball, I'm going. When team, you got to be able to read the defense. Like they were committed that once he bounced it, they were coming. He's got to be able to read that. That's evolution as a guard. When we play him out on the perimeter, he's got to realize like they weren't going to play him like Maryland and Kentucky. They were coming. Where Maryland and Kentucky stayed at home and they thought they had somebody that could guard. Didn't work real well for them. So this team decided we're coming with help as soon as he gets inside the 3 with a bounce. He's got to but his aggressiveness is his strength. But at times it can be your weakness. You got to be able to, great players, you got to be able to shut it on and off.
Coach, you finished your non-long conference schedule, so to speak. If you had to give your team a grade, now that it's all Pac-12 conference games, could you give
Built ourselves. Okay. You are what your record says.
So are you happy with the record?
I I think we got a chance to be really good. That's really what I focus on. You know, am I happy that we lost 2 games? No. But do I think it made us a better team? Yes. So, but none of it matters right now. It's all right.
And then just, only 8 3-point attempts against Kentucky, only 10 tonight. Anything particular there in regards to game plan, like trying to will the ball in more?
You know, well, look, we're third in the nation in offense because we pass it. We get more baskets around the rim. We don't rely much on shooting. You know, we obviously have a size advantage tonight. And, you know, I know Dem's only 4 for 10, but I was really happy he got 10 shots. We've got to have an interior presence. So Kenny got 4 points, he got 9. Max got a ripper with something on his wrist, so I didn't want to play him unless we needed to today. So now he's got 5 more days to heal. But at least we got 13 points out of the 5 spot. That's an area of growth where we have to grow. We've got to get double figures from those guys in that position. But you know, a lot of that's on us. We got to get them the ball.
So it's an emphasis.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
it definitely was tonight.
Thank you.
Definitely. Tracy Pearson's not gonna tell me where he went on vacation.
Go on vacation.
That's not what your people
So
say.
don't trust them.
That's not what your people say. All right, good.
I think at the end of the game there, Amari kind of looked like he hurt his feet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you
That's
know
what you're
anything about it
training.
yet? Okay.
Someone in ankle. Looked like he stepped on somebody to me. I didn't really see it.
You talked a little bit about Ken. He really offered some significant minutes, especially in the first half when the team was kind of sluggish. So he looks like he's getting more and more comfortable.
Kenny?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, and Kenny and Darren Savino put a lot of work in. If kids got a great attitude and they'll put the work in, they develop. Eventually, they get to where they can help their team. I think, and they believe in your program. You know, in the transfer era, it's just really hard if you don't have some guys that have worn the jersey and, you know, love the school. And so, you know, I haven't gone through it yet where, you know, some of these guys are coaching teams and they got 1-year guys. And they got a bunch of them. I don't want to be in that position. So you got a kid like Kenny he'll stay here as long as he can.
How great was he for his long term?
Awesome. Yeah, Kenny's been, I told him this, his attitude is so good, all he cares about is the team. He always smiles and tells me I need to yell at him harder. They play better when I yell at them harder, but as I'm getting older, I'm trying to stay high. All right, I'll let you get these two.
Coach, one more here.
Oh.
Right here.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So how do you like the development of Andrews, the point guard?
Today wasn't his best day. The hardest thing with Dylan, he's playing behind one of the best point guards in the country. He's also such a good kid. Sometimes he's afraid to make a mistake. So he's learning to change speeds and run a team. And, you know, when to use his one-on-one ability, when to run the team. Which I'm not so sure it's not just best to have him just always use his one-on-one ability. You know, sometimes him slowing down is never a good thing. It's probably best when he's going faster. But yeah, he's going to be a really good player. He's just playing behind a great player. Great kid. All right, guys.
Thanks.